Recently on aboard the Opal Star, while the crew was on their way to get some answers about the mysteries in Anima's past, Stavias got kidnapped off of the ship in the middle of space, and then the kidnappers disappeared with them. While waiting to get more information, some lead to be able to find them, the rest of the crew continued on to the Nova Station outpost where they got some more answers and some more questions because turns out, yes, Anima and Dottie were hired by Nova Station, but they were not picked up by Nova Station. So they're working on narrowing down where she used to work. But before they could get on their way there, Tali came in with the news that Stavias has been found. They were found in an escape pod, and they are trapped in a way that the crew who rescued them isn't able to get them fully out, but they were able to get the escape pod onto that ship. So now the ship is coming to meet the Opal Star, so the crew of the Opal Star can help break Stavias out. And as you're in the helm, Spectra's getting more information as she's on the way to the rendezvous point. There's a moment where you can just tell by the look on her face that something she just read has her upset.
Spectra, what's going on?
Some unexpected information's come up.
What information's coming up?
It seems that the crew that found Stavias found them floating around in an abandoned escape pod plugged into a sim dive. They assure me that Stavias is well, there's no physical harm done, but they are unable to get Stavias out of the dive. So they're going to bring the entire pod, and we'll be able to break them out once we get them here.
An escape pod in a sim dive unit. So, like, someone tried to go into their mind?
It's more likely whoever is behind this wanted Stavias' mind to be trapped in a simulation with no way out. I can't say for sure what the end goal is without knowing what the simulation is, but it's not hard to guess that whatever's going on is going to be extremely unpleasant for them.
Okay. Well, we should probably let everyone else know that we found them, at least. Maybe Miss Yellow has some more ideas on how to help get them out of this while we're going over there.
Ty and Tali are working on getting the equipment set up as we speak. We've had to break things out of sim dives before, not exactly like this particular situation, but we have experience with this. We know what we're doing. So that'll be taken care of, but it would probably be good to let those who we told to be on the lookout know that Stavias has been found. I've already informed my contacts and Mrs. Yellow, and they're going to keep looking for the ship behind this because I have questions for that crew about why they did something like this.
I'm gonna say while we're waiting, I'm gonna send a quick message to Z because I think I asked him if he knew anything about where Stavias might have been or might have gone or if he'd heard anything. So yeah, I'm gonna send him a message saying we found them. It sounds like they're stuck in a simulation. I'm not sure how that happened, but if you or any of Scarecrow's network have any ideas, that could be very helpful. Well, and Scarecrow himself, if he's awake. Because if I remember right, they did trank him. Get him on the ship.
You get a message back saying Scarecrow should be waking up soon. I'm glad to hear your friend's okay, though. I don't exactly know what being stuck in a simulation means. It sounds really unpleasant. It's not technology I'm super familiar with. I will ask the nerd squad to see what they can figure out and let you know if they come up with anything.
Okay, thanks.
Anytime, kid. Time passes, and the Opal Star reaches the rendezvous point with the ship that found and rescued Stavias. And along the way, Spectra is getting more information on the situation, and at some point, you all hear her swearing up a storm in Cash.
So I'm guessing Vi may understand parts of it, or at least understands by the tone that it's not pleasant. That's probably threats.
Yeah, no roll is needed. You can tell Spectra is furious about whatever she is hearing, whatever information she's getting. She's furious. She's upset. She wants to destroy something. Although she does assure you that Stavias is physically fine.
Would the people able to get any information about what type of simulation or what anything can be done? Or we're just having to wait and see?
We want to be able to know for sure until we get Stavias on board and Tali gets a chance to actually look at the program they've been plugged into. Most likely it's a combination of different programs modified and altered to not have any of the basic security features, so Stavias will not be able to get out in a traditional way. Usually when someone is put in a sim dive or someone goes into a sim dive, there are multiple ways that they can easily exit, as well as things that will automatically eject them if certain thresholds are met that could be concerning medically. Looks like all of that has been disabled, and we're going to have to get creative to get them out of it, because I don't think they can get themselves out. I think this was designed to keep them where they are. When you stop to think about it, knowing what you know about the people who took Stavias, who those people were hired by, Stavias has talked some about their dad, made it very clear their dad is not a good person. It's not hard to put the pieces together that whatever the simulation is not a good time. It's designed to give Stavias a specifically bad time. And they can't get out.
Yeah, I think Vi's considering it may be a torture method, but I'm not sure if she wants to bring that up. Especially if Anima's there.
Tali says, "Whatever it is, I will find a way to take it apart enough to get Stavias out of there. I have yet to come across a sim that I can't dismantle with a little bit of luck and a lot of time. Trust me, we're getting them out of there, and they're going to be okay. This is kind of my area of expertise because I kind of got obsessed with it after the stuff that happened at Beacon, so trust me, if anyone can get them out of it, it's going to be me. I might need a little help, but I will get them out."
Just don't break it too much, Tali. We need the information we can get from it to find out who made it.
Oh, don't worry. I know how to keep all the pieces in place so I can figure out who made them. Anyone who's involved in this, I'm going to find out who they are. I'm going to find out what their involvement is, and whoever took part in this willingly is not going to get away with it.
Okay.
Spectra reassures you. Tali is very, very good at breaking into and out of simulations. She's probably one of the best since her time in Beacon. If anyone can get Stavias out, it is going to be Tali.
As long as she doesn't, wreck the simulation to where we can't get anything from it, it's fine. Just get them out and then revenge.
Tali is hyper-focused on what she's doing, the setup work she's doing, and it's not hard to tell. She's angry. She's upset. And she's not going to let anything get in the way of rescuing Stavias. It takes a while, and you aren't able to do much as the two ships connect and this escape pod is loaded into the Opal Star's cargo bay, where you will be able to help get Stavias to safety, where you will be able to actually rescue Stavias. They were only gone for like 12 hours. You found them pretty quickly, so it's not been on time for them to become malnourished or anything. They do look a little roughed up, probably a little pale, but no serious harm has been done to them. They don't look great, but they'll be okay.
Is it though?
Will probably be fine.
Fine.
I mean, as far as you know.
That's not helpful.
When you look into the pod, you can see Stavias is basically manacled to this very uncomfortable looking metal chair, and they are plugged into a sim dive apparatus. But it looks like whatever this thing is has been very much modified.
Oh, full Sword Art Online.
Basically, yes. You can also see a metal device resting on their collarbone. Tali explains that it's a psychic dampener, which is commonly used in certain environments, but it looks like this one has been modified to be a lot more forceful, a lot more intense, to the point that trying to use their psychic abilities would cause Stavias pain. They don't usually look like that.
I don't think anything that's happened has been supposed to be type of stuff. So, not unusual and not good.
Yeah, I've never seen a setup quite like this before, and looking at the programming, it looks like a bunch of different programs overlaid and meshed together. I don't know if I'm going to be able to untangle it from here, but if you two go in, and we have a way for you to do that safely, don't worry, but if you two go in, I can help you get to Stavias wherever they are, and it looks like there's some sort of loop situation that they're stuck in. So working together, we can find them and break them out.
Stavias Mystery Dungeon.
Stavias. Sorry, I was too busy figuring out that Stavias has the same amount of syllables as Pokemon. So.
Tali does some more digging and then she perks up. Hey, I recognize some of this programming. It was made by a friend of mine. They must have stolen it. The good news is a bit of the programming that's in here is a shortcut that you can use to get from one level of the loop to another. You'll need to find and high-five. It'll either be a robed guy holding an orb, or it's probably a dancing monkey.
Good to know. Within
I'm glad the person that made this machine is really whimsical and fun.
Yeah, the person
they stole it from was whimsical and fun.
Its original purpose was whimsical and fun. Let's put it that way. Now, no.
Basically, someone stole pieces from a bunch of other programs and shoved them together into a Franken program that is an absolute nightmare.
Oh, it's the English language of video games.
English is basically 3 languages in a trench coat that beat up other languages in alleys and loot their pockets for spare grammar. As Tali is continuing to look through the programming and Lex and Ty are setting things up, Tali explains, So, whenever you find Stavias inside of the dive, inside of the program, you're going to need to find some way, if at all possible, to convince them that whatever's happening isn't real, it's not actually going on, they're in a simulation, help them realize the truth of things, and then that might be able to destabilize it enough that we can find a way to get them out of it. But right now, a big part of why they can't break out on their own is because they believe whatever's happening is real, and that's kind of terrifying.
What happens if we can't get them to believe us?
I mean, you can just keep trying and pushing the point, and if you can find ways to mess with the environment, you can show them it isn't real. The important thing is getting their mind to accept that what they're experiencing isn't reality, because I think the only other way to get them out is, it looks like there's a specific person inside of the simulation that if they kill them, they'll get out, but I don't think that's great.
Okay, so knocking them out will not help this.
No, it won't.
Ah.
With the way this is set up, that could very easily cause actual, like, physical or psychological damage to Stavias if they get hurt in the simulation.
Dying bad still. Good to know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the neural feedback caused by death would be bad for Stavias. I mean, for the two of you, it'll just boot you out and you'll be fine. If maybe a little bit disorientated, we have to be careful with how we do this. It'll be easier, hopefully, when Stavias becomes aware, but with the way this stuff has been modified, it can get really dangerous really quickly. For them. Because, like I said, no safety features left.
How will you be able to know that one of those end conditions have been met? Preferably the one where Stavias knows they're in a simulation.
Oh, both of you will be in constant contact with myself and everyone on the ship through the comms, so if you need anything, you can get in touch with us at any point. The dive units you're going to be using are very, very, very specially designed to keep you safe and from falling too far in the simulation. And they've been tested. Quite a lot, because testing them is kind of fun. But yeah, no, you'll be able to communicate. And if there's anything I can do to help, I will do it.
Well, Anima, think you're ready?
Ready when you are.
Yeah, this may be difficult, but yeah, let's get this started. The faster we get in there, the faster we can get them out. Oh, I wish Belle was here. Okay.
That's sad.
So does Stavias.
They were left alone for just a few hours. I don't even know if it was a few hours, a few days, and this is what happened. Val is gonna be angry.
A reminder, you have no way of getting in touch with Bal right now. At all. No way.
If we tell him this when we see him, if we see him again, that would not be a good situation.
It'll be better once you have saved Stavias. So the two of you sit in the chairs that Ty and Lex have brought in, and they talk you through the different safety features and different ways to get in and out, both things that will be accessible within the sim as well as buttons you can like physically push with your hands. When Tali pushes the button, these almost like these visors lower over your head. They're not as close or as tightly holding your head as the one Stavias is currently stuck in, and you are able to remain aware of your surrounding as the sim begins, and it's like the world dissolves into fractals around you. And the two of you enter the sim dive.
I have one question. How many, since we ended yesterday, how many kind of loops have I been in?
Great.
like roundabouts. That's just like, how broken do I need to be?
To answer your question, I rolled 2d10 and I got a 43. So it will be your 43rd time through this loop when your friends enter to come and rescue you.
Cool, okay.
I hate every single word that y'all are saying right now. Just all of them. Every word.
Shan and I recorded for over an hour yesterday. Yo, stuff happened.
Well, we had planned to only do an hour, and then we ended up going like an extra 15 minutes because we were both just too into it. So, that's where we're at.
Okay.
Okay.
We both had a lot of fun with it.
Oh boy.
The world comes into focus around you, and you find yourselves standing in the dining hall of what you guess is a very fancy corporate building. As you look around, you spot a much younger looking Stavias going up to a group of people, two of whom appear to be harassing a food service worker behind the counter about something. They're all Ildori. There are people all around you. Literally no one is reacting to your presence here at all. And you notice you can't hear anything. You can tell there should be noise and there should be sounds, but you can't hear any of the voices as you see people talking around you. What do you do?
I think Vae's gonna maybe keep an eye on Stavias. Just from the talk with Tali, I sort of get the feeling that this isn't where Stavias' conscious is right now, but we have to look for either a statue or a dancing monkey. So let's kind of look around, but also keep an eye on Stavias. Just to make sure.
Give me an investigation check.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if that'd be investigation or perception, so let's see.
I'll also allow perception.
My perception's much better. 23.
As you look around, Vi, the one thing that stands out is you notice this one door seems to have, it kind of looks like heat ripples coming from it, but you can tell it's not being caused by heat. And you're pretty sure that whatever you're looking for is most likely going to be behind that door or in that area. Anima, what are you doing?
What am I doing? Is baby Stavias still, in the room?
Yes, they have effectively scared off the two guys who were bullying the guy behind the counter. And now you can see that Stavias is having a much friendlier looking conversation with the Eldori working behind the counter, who seems thankful for their help.
I'm gonna go up closer to the counter and see if I can hear him if I'm closer, or if that's just sort of what this is gonna be.
If you get really close and listen really hard, you can maybe hear what sounds like a very soft conversation almost at the end of the hallway, but you can't make heads or tails of it. It's just too quiet.
Okay. I think I might be able to lip read.
Well, also, it kind of depends what language they're speaking.
I mean, yeah, but I speak Nasiv.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Uh-huh.
I couldn't remember if you did or not.
Yes, I can read lips! I can read lips!
Yay!
Okay, then. You are able to follow the conversation by reading their lips. You can tell they're both speaking Nasiv. And if I'm remembering correctly, Shan, it was just a casual conversation this time, right?
I think it was just a lot. It was just like a really casual back and forth, like introducing each other, just Stavias being really nice, being like, don't worry about them. Common. I think I was also like, common is like a terrible language and it's really hard to learn anyways.
No, that happened later.
Oh, is that later? Then never mind. That's not what I was talking about. Then I think I remember it just being really like casual. Just two people meeting for the first time and then breaking apart. Nothing really important was said between the two.
Yes. Vi, since you're keeping an eye on things, give me an insight check.
Do I know that these two are there? Because I feel like they would stick out pretty intensely.
Vi has great stealth. No.
Nope.
Okay.
Okay. Insight is 22.
You can tell that the person Stavias is talking to has relaxed a lot since those other two guys left, and they seem genuinely friendly and grateful towards Stavias.
I also rolled insight, and I got a 7, so...
Yeah, you're too busy focused on reading their lips to vibe check the conversation.
Takes a lot of concentration.
As this conversation comes to an end and Stavias walks away, Shan, how do they look?
Just pleasantly intrigued. Almost giddy.
Is Stavias heading towards that door with the... what looks like heat coming from it?
No, they go sit at one of the tables, and eventually you will see them. If you wait long enough, you'll see them get up and leave to go back to work.
Then I think Vi will sort of mental missive Anima, and sort of be like, hey, when I was looking around, I didn't see, well, either the wizard or the monkey, but there is it looks like, I don't know, waves, like almost like heat coming from a doorway. And it's the only suspicious thing I've seen so far.
Should we go towards the suspicious thing?
Yeah, I figure that may be the way out. Well, way further, I should say.
Okay.
Unless you think we should stick by Stavias.
Mm.
Yeah, I think Vi is wondering if by following Stavias, we'll be able to find the object, or if we just kind of have to go looking while making sure Stavias doesn't accidentally, I don't know, hurt themselves. I'm not sure what we can do to stop that, but...
You do remember Tali telling you that the thing you're looking for will get you closer to where Stavias actually is in the loop.
Since there's only one thing that looks suspicious right now, it seems like we're in a memory, so... I guess we at least check the door real quick, and if there's nothing else, stick by Stavias until another opportunity presents itself.
Sure. Through the heat door we go.
You cut across the room and go through the door with the weird heat ripples, and behind the door you find what looks like a 2D animation of a dancing purple monkey.
I smack it. The hand. I high-five the purple monkey. Punch the purple monkey in the face. No.
Yeah, not yet. Let's see how this goes
No.
first.
So you do that, and you find yourself in what appears to be a library. You follow once again, this is still the younger Stavias, as they approach the figure that you saw earlier, who had introduced himself as Fulminara. And Stavias goes up as Fulminara appears to be in this kind of out-of-the-way corner, looking through basically like a common phonics book. And you see Stavias approach them, and through lip reading Anima, you pick up that it appears Stavias is offering to help them learn common, because that's what the person was picking on them about earlier. That's what those two people were making fun of him about. They make a bit of a deal where Fulminara will tell Stavias about some of the places that they've been if Stavias agrees to help them learn common. Stavias shares a little bit about how basically they're here because they have to be. They've never really been given a choice to be something else. And when Fulminara asks, what would you do if you could choose? Stavias explains they would want to be a diplomat. And just seems the start of a friendship. It feels like you're watching the start of a close friendship, and you've never heard Stavias talking about this person before.
Vae,
Yeah?
are all of these memories, you think? Like real memories?
Yeah, I think they could be.
This feels kind of like an invasion.
Yeah, but...
Like, I get it, and I know why we're doing it, and I understand, but, like, it's super uncomfortable. Like the dogs from the apartment next door. You know, they're just going. No. I mean, they're not choosing to tell us this. It's like, I don't love it.
Yeah, I get what you mean. And I know if I was in the situation where it was me instead of Stavias, I would definitely not be happy with this situation. I guess the most we can at least, I don't know, apologize to them, because yeah, this is an invasion of privacy, even though this is to get them out of this.
I mean, being forced to relive your entire life over and over, like...
Yeah, it may not be the entire life. It may just be key memories, but still, it's...
Eldori live a long time.
Yeah, we don't know... I'm not sure how old Stavias is themselves, but yeah. This could be a while, but... The only way out that I know is through, unless we try to force... unless we try to force something, but that may hurt Stavias more.
I'm pretty sure they're younger than Vi.
That's what I assumed, but that's just because Vi... Vi definitely acts older than Stavias, no matter what their ages are. Let's put it that way. Let's put it that way.
So, how did the two of you decide to handle this going forward? Are we just gonna beeline for the monkey and try not to pay too much attention to the memories, or what's the game plan?
I don't know, because... And I think Vi would have at least mental missived Anima about this, if not talked out loud, because she's not sure how finicky the security is, if talking is fine, as long as they don't try to communicate outside of it, or what, but... I think this is a sort of conversation that goes, I think, basically, there's a reason why this was set up. To have Stavias keep seeing Fulminara repeatedly. And they could be the person that Tali said that that Stavias may have to take care of in order to leave. At least that's the only real connection I've seen so far. So...
Oh, God.
Yeah, this is... I think this is a psychological torture territory, potentially, or emotional torture. So, I don't know. I don't know if it would be better to... If we listen in, if we'll be better able to try to convince Stavias that it's not real, or if just finding them as fast as we can is the better option. Because I was kind of hoping we could just knock Stavias out and pull him out that way, but apparently no. So...
Nope, then we just have to keep going and do more of this.
Aboard the Opal Star is an Espergenesis 5e actual play podcast DM'd and produced by Brianna Toiber as part of Pseudonym Social, a creative podcast network.
I'm Casey, and I'm playing Anima the Ashen Forged.
Victor, and I'm playing Farida the Promethean.
My name's Alexis, and I am playing Vilena Sorel, the Eldori.
Music is by Patrick Chester of Chester Studios. To see more of his work, visit his website at chesterstudios.net. Find out more about Pseudonym Social by visiting our website at pseudonymsocial.wordpress.com. If you like what we're doing and would like to support us, please consider leaving a review or donating to our Patreon at patreon.com/pseudonymsocial.